Since the topic is telecoms, we thought we would bring Boom Chicago's Pep Rosenfeld to comment on the telecom situation. Pep, go ahead.
Well, thanks, Greg. I'll tell you what, when we talk about roaming fees and telecoms, I'm just reminded of my two favorite Dutch women. Of course, I mean the Kroes women, Nelly and Duitse. Duitse, of course, because I'm an Android user, and as an Android user, I love seeing Duitse Kroes get out of the swimming pool all wet and glistening, holding a Galaxy Alpha from Samsung, because as a nerd Android user, we find it very important when good-looking women are clutching our phone when they're all wet and glistening out of the swimming pool. But even more important is Nelly Kroes, because she's taken on the telecoms for socking it to us all over the years with the roaming fees they love to screw us with. Because, like, I don't even understand how roaming fees are still a thing in 2015. I mean, I get it that they want to charge us more when we go somewhere that, like, nobody wants to go, like Siberia or Iberg, right? I mean, when I'm in Iberg and I get the text message from my carrier that says text messages cost this, data cost this, I'm like, I get it. I super get it. Because they want to build a tower in Iberg less than I want to be in Iberg. But if I get on the train and go to Antwerp, how come my data costs 3 times as much? That feels like a trip to the prison cell and I got a new roommate. That's why Nelly freeing up, making roaming calls less is great. But even better is the internet, free Wi-Fi, and VoIP calls. I mean, VoIP calls are not perfect. I mean, you make an internet call and it usually consists of 2 sentences over and over. One guy saying, "Hey man, can you believe this call is free?" And the other guy saying, "Dude, I can't hear you. Can you say that again?" But they'll iron that out, right? And then VoIP calls are going to be perfect. And then we're going to realize what an abusive relationship we've been in all this time with the telecoms. And I don't care which telecom it is. If it's KPN, oh, do you wear a tie and have a real job? Or is it Vodafone? Oh, are you an artsy type who can't afford KPN? Or if it's Hi, are you a student that can't afford Vodafone and would rather be on Snapchat anyway? Doesn't matter. They all abuse us. And of course, we're the one in the abusive relationship. We don't understand it, you know? All of our friends are like, "Oh, she's wrong for you. She cheats on you. She's overcharging you." But we're always like, no, you don't understand. KPN loves me. It's my fault. I took the train to Antwerp. I deserve to pay more. But finally, free access to Wi-Fi and the internet calls that go with it, they're like the new girlfriend. They let us see what we've been missing the whole time. You know, you're like, I've got this great new girlfriend. She doesn't lie. She doesn't cheat. She doesn't overcharge me, and she doesn't charge me 30 cents to receive texts just because I'm in Turkey for some reason. And you know what else? She lets me do my thing, you know? She doesn't care if I use her to make calls to my friends. She doesn't seem to mind if I download directions on Google Maps. She doesn't even care if I use her to watch pornography in the hotel room. So I'll tell you what, watching what Nelly Kroes has done and watching what internet and VoIP calls has done to make the telecom scramble is satisfying. It's like the end of that romantic comedy that your wife drags you to, but you didn't want to see, like The Other Woman. Did you see The Other Woman?
No.
Good, don't see it. It's terrible. Yeah. But even the ending, I mean, the ending of The Other Woman, even I like the ending. I mean, the whole movie, you know, Jamie Lannister has been like cheating on his wife and cheating on his mistress and stealing from his company. Like, he's cheating on everybody. He takes advantage of people, he takes people for granted, and he screws them out of money, just like a telecom. So at the end of that movie, when he gets his from Cameron Diaz and Kate Upton, and there's a third one, I don't know who she is, but she was perky too, you can't help but love it. It gives you satisfaction. The satisfaction you can only get from Cameron Diaz, Kate Upton, that third one, or a Kroes woman. Greg, from Boom Chicago, I'm Pep Rosenfeld. Thanks.
Thank you.